Hey, welcome into another video here on the Ecom Season channel. Today, I actually have a cool presentation for you that we're about to go through. So before we jump into this, drop a like on the video, and if you haven't already, grab our free 8-step checklist. Just kind of helps you kickstart things on the right foot if you're looking to get into e-commerce. Whether you're drop shipping or not, whether you're trying to build a print-on-demand brand, really doesn't matter. These are just overall things that really help you. For an example, things like little marketing tactics, upsell tactics, things like building your store, things to focus on so you don't spend too much money in the wrong areas. We break all that down, super simple, absolutely free. We also have a bunch of other resources like Shopify stores and a Facebook ads program, all that fun stuff. So let's jump over here real quick. I wanted to talk about the Shopify profit margin from a large perspective as well as a more narrow. So you got micro and macro, all right? Industry average, just so you guys have kind of a sense of what to look for in terms of margin, and then we're going to talk about how you can actually get your margin up. Typically, from what I see, and I don't know an exact statistic that would be publicly shown by Shopify because they don't know everybody's margin. There's other expenses they can't include. So from what I see, from the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients I've observed and different students and people, I'm seeing a 15 to 25% overall. Okay. And some people, they kind of associate themselves with their margin. That's like their self-worth. They're always bragging to their friends, hey, I'm doing 45%. And I'm like, that's great. What sort of other numbers do you have? Oh, we're doing like, $1,200 a day. I'm like, nice. But they tie their numbers so much to the percentage that it stops them from scaling, because as they scale, their margin might go down, and they're worried about that. And I always look at them and I say, okay, so you're doing $1,200 a day in revenue with a 45% margin, which is phenomenal. They're like, yeah, and you're making like $600 a day. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing $100,000 a day, $70,000 a day, and I have a 15% margin. Who's winning? Right? I'm winning in two categories, not just the money. Forget the day over day profit. I am reaching, like, what is that number? I'm reaching 100 times more people than they are. That's called branding. That's customer acquisition. You're getting more awareness. So you're winning from two perspectives. That's why I never worry too much about the margin. We're going to talk about this. Now, my averages range between like 22 to 35%. When I'm at that 35%, don't be fooled. That is very, very rarely scaled up aggressively, because one of the ways that I like to scale requires my margin to come down to scale aggressively, and I'm fine with that. So I personally do what's called performance dropshipping. This is something that is very different from what most people inside the dropshipping industry actually do, and this has kind of been my lifesaver. And it's just a little bit of a different strategy that really, really creates a difference in terms of the results. So I don't worry if my margin is 10% or 20%. As long as things are working and you can scale, then you can circle back and start optimizing, right? So you're doing 10%, you're cash flowing, things are fine. It might be a little bit low profit, but you're growing, you're working on a business here. I mean, people don't put into perspective that on average, standard brick and mortar businesses lose money for the first 3 to 5 years. If that was in the Shopify side of things, everybody would quit because everybody's a wuss. It's an actual business you're building. It takes time. So don't worry about that margin too much. If you're losing money, there's a problem there, and you might have to try to stop the leak. But at the end of the day, it's a business. You should approach it expecting to lose money right away. So now when you want to circle back, here's how you would actually go about that. Margin optimization. Here's 3 things for you. Upsells. There's many different upsell apps you can use. This will help you do 2 things. Number 1, increase your AOV, the average order value, and your profit margin. The reason these are important is it actually can make your marketing a lot easier, because now you can outbid a competitor. So the way Facebook, for an example, works, or any advertising platform, it's all based off algorithms, and there's a whole bidding platform inside of there. That's why you can set target CPAs and manual bidding, automatic bidding, things like that. You're trying to outbid other people for a customer. And when you set automatic bidding, well, then Facebook's just going to try to do it for you. And they kind of disperse it, try to keep all advertisers happy. Well, when you have a higher margin than your competitors, you can now pay more for that customer and still remain profitable, even on the front end, right? Good business long-term understands that they can lose money on the front end and still make money long-term, because they understand the lifetime value of a customer. Nonetheless, you can still make money on the front end with e-commerce, no problem. And if you can outbid your customers, that's always great. So upsells is a great strategy to do that. Try selling other similar products. And oftentimes this actually leads to you finding more winning products that are similar, okay? Number 2 here, slowly increase your price. A lot of people are afraid to do this, not understand why, because it can kind of screw things up. slowly, okay, emphasis on slowly, right? Slowly increase that price. For an example, if I'm selling a phone case for $24.99 and it's working phenomenally, we have a 22% margin, we're doing $5,000 a day. What I would do, and this is exactly what I did with that same exact example with a phone case, went from $24.99 to $26.99. That worked. 2 weeks later, $27.99. Didn't really notice much of a change in the optimization. $29.99. It was working there. We noticed a little bit of a drop. Tried pushing to $31.99. Forget it. As soon as it hit that 3 in the front, the conversions dropped a lot. So we were just hanging around at that $28.99. It was kind of our perfect spot, which is, what is it, $4 above $24.99? That gives us an extra $4 pure profit competitive edge, which in terms of your margin is like a 20 plus, 25% plus increase. Now we can go spend a huge chunk of that on additional marketing expenses, being willing to pay more for a customer while still remaining more profitable than we were. So that's kind of a great strategy. Number 3, negotiating with your supplier. This is only something you can do once you have volume, 30 orders a day, 50, 100, 200. When I go to my supplier and I'm doing 2,000 orders a day and I say, look, we're trying to scale further, but we can't. You're charging us $630. We need to be in that $615 range right now if we want to get to the next level. What can we do? It benefits them because there's that promise and hopefully going to be fulfilled in terms of more orders for them. So volume-wise, they'll make more money even though their margin drops. And you'll make more money because now you can get a higher margin and actually scale easier. Not saying you couldn't scale before, but now you can scale easier because you have a lower cost basis there. So those are a couple great things. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I always try to keep these short, but I want to kind of open this up to any questions. I've been thinking about doing a Q&A video. So if you have anything about Facebook ads, Shopify, product research, anything related to this stuff, feel free to drop it in the comment section down below. Check out some of the previous videos. A lot of the e-commerce content is moving here onto this channel. So if you follow me over on my main YouTube, you'll see a lot of stuff shifting here. We've slowly been doing that and we're posting on here pretty much every other day now. So yeah, it's been super fun. I'm going to be slowly doing some more case studies for some of our clients. A lot of the clients inside of our agency Ecom season, they don't really want us to show the store. And I understand that. I'm like, hey, we'll block out your name and the store name and stuff. A lot of people are just hesitant to do that, which is totally fine. We respect that. We're not going to put someone on blast or show their stuff publicly. But we have a lot of really, really cool clients that are crushing it with really unique products. And the ads are performing really well that we're running. So I always try to show those examples. If you want to talk to our marketing agency about what we do, how we manage Facebook ads, and how we actually partner with you, you can go ahead and click one of the links in the description to book an absolutely free call on that. All right. Other than that, do not forget to grab that free checklist. I'm going to be doing, that's like a beginner one. I'm going to be working on a scaling checklist as well. Just again, have a few things to start you off on the right foot when you're looking at scaling to the moon. All right. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you got some value. Make sure to drop a like and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.